Okay, the fine line between I and T, intersex and transsexual. Um, Most people who are not transsexual or intersex would like to consider themselves just normal 100% male and normal 100% female, even though that doesn't really exist, but they do like to call themselves that anyway. Those people normally say to trans people, they say, why can't you just accept that you were born in the body that you were born with? God made you that way, why don't you just accept it? And they always get annoyed with the fact that transsexuals basically say to these normal people that they actually were born in the wrong body and they feel more comfortable and right in the opposite sex's gender role and physical appearance, and all the other things that go with it. And basically what I say to the normal people who aren't trans and who aren't intersex, technically speaking, they think they aren't. I know, confusing, isn't it? But just go with it. The normal people, I say to the normal people all the time, well, you don't understand trans people. No? Okay. What about intersex people? People who are born naturally intersexed, which means that they've got ambiguous genitalia, maybe? Not all of us. Or means that you've got a genetic difference, and the genetic difference is what I am. And I am the perfect example. I and my kind, even though my kind are not really standing behind me in a big line waiting to be next in line after I go first. Bit of a shame there, really. But there you go. I suppose that's life, isn't it? All the greats went on their own, walked the road alone, until the rest of the sheep felt confident enough that the first sheep wasn't going to get shot. Yeah? So just keep watching me from behind. It is very frustrating to have to be the first sheep. It really is. But I was the first sheep. I was the oldest in the family, so I was the first sheep anyway. So I'm used to it. But getting back to the point of transsexual and intersex, there is a fine line. I'll go to your comment, okay? I'm often accused of opening up private messages sent to me, and here is a private message sent to me, but of course there is no name attached, so therefore it's fine, no? You say that you're particularly interested in the fine line that makes us T or I, meaning transsexual or intersex. You've always felt lost on the middle ground on this issue. What do us middle ground people do? If we say we are intersexed, then we are shunned by the trans community, and vice versa. I think we should all stand together. But there's a very clear division as the intersex community has distanced itself from the rest of the community, and you'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this. Okay, so that's what you've said. I changed when you called yourself I changed it to you, that's all. Okay. Your first point is the fine line that makes us T or I. I think it's a hugely fine line, and I think transsexual people are not fully aware yet of the intersex situation. I think if they were more actually open to the whole idea of there being more than just two sexes, or at least people that exist that are not just male and not just female, which is a fact because there's too many of us who are in the middle ground. I am a bit angry on this level because I've been talking about this issue forever, and I am hormonally imbalanced and I'm more narky these days. So if you can ignore my narkiness, ignore my temperament, just sort of listen to the words, because I mean well, and I'm not being at all hard on the transsexual people. I'm just being realistic with the transsexual people. There is a huge hostility towards anybody who says they're intersex from most. 75% of transsexuals, at least on the internet, are hostile. They don't want to know. They tell people like me to shut up, calling me crazy, and yet they are, in my opinion, technically more crazy than all of us put together, because they don't even realize, most of them, that intersex people are out there, that there isn't just the male and then the female and then nothing. There's loads of things after the male and the female. I shouldn't say male and female, I should really say female and male, because females do come first. Not through the doors of a hotel or a restaurant because a man opens the door for them. No, females come first because we all start off in the womb as female, isn't that true? and then some of us go on to turn into males as such. But my thing on this whole thing is that really, are we really living on a planet with just males and females? Or are we just living on a planet with people, and simply society has conditioned us and brainwashed us into believing that it is just a two-tiered sex system? And therefore trans people feel, if they don't feel male and they're born in a technical man's body, then they say to themselves, well, I must go to a female then, because if I'm not male I must be female. Well, I have to say to all the trans people, maybe you're not male or female, but yet you all continuously adamantly say that you're M to F or F to M, female to male or male to female. And I keep adamantly saying to you that I am not M, I am not F, I am me, but I'm intersexed. XXY chromosomes, and the medical community still haven't got that together. And also the world lets a film go out called XXY that has actually fuck all to do with XXYs. I mean, it's close, but it's more close to the transgendered world, the transsexual world, and not every XXY feels intergendered, or at least expresses their intergenderedness. I'd say most XXYs are intergendered, but they don't want to admit it because, you know, it has been a man's world for centuries, and simply men are losing out now because women have taken over and are slowly still taking over. Except I want to say to women as well, technically, that you're not the best sex. You know, women are better than men by thousands and millions of points. Definitely. Women are brilliant. Great logic, you know, great emotion, great heart, great care. But equally, women are not the best sex. They're definitely the better sex to the males. Most of the males. But I have to tell you that intersex, yeah, sorry to tell you, but we are the extreme superpower sex out there because we understand both of you. Yet, unfortunately, the males and females still don't understand us, the intersex, and also the transsexuals don't understand the intersex. And, you know, can you imagine if transsexuality wasn't accepted, but intersex was? You'd all be jumping on the intersex bandwagon. Oh, I'm intersex. But because intersex isn't accepted and still hasn't been talked about properly, you're not interested in joining this bandwagon of intersex people. Because it would be like joining the bandwagon of homosexual rights back in the 1920s, where you would have been hung, shot, hurt or abused, you know, calling yourself a homosexual then. And we all have to band together. As the person says, we should all be joining together and having one larger community of people. Yeah? And stop with the LGBTQ or STVWX blah blah blah. You know what I mean, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, queer, intersex movement. Well, sorry, I really don't see a movement there. I see a movement towards more segregation and more misunderstandings between people if you have a group such as that. Because that group, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, intersex, genderqueer, whatever else is in there, you don't have anything incorporating heterosexuals. You don't have anything incorporating normal males. Not that there's very many normal 100% males out there, by the way, but you know, you should be incorporating the minority anyway. I laugh, but I'm serious. And there's no mention of female heterosexuals either. And there's no mention of hermaphrodites in there. So, you know, I don't know why in this 21st century we're still continuing with this basic bullshit that gay and lesbian people and bisexual people, there's obviously something ultimately wrong with these people, and so therefore they need a category away from society so that they can go and meet and do their own thing away from the normal people. The normal people kind of consist of rapists, murderers, child abusers, you know, all sorts of people. And most homosexual people are extremely caring, sensitive people. Oh, another point that I'd like to make about transsexuals is, especially F to Ms, I'm quite worried and concerned about female to male transsexuals, because these females have this belief system that males are aggressive. So when they turn into the male, that they must display aggressive characteristics. And if a guy, such as myself, yeah, somebody you'll say, oh, you're a guy, and you'll look at me and you'll go, oh, easy target, no muscles, I can kick his ass. So a transsexual comes up to me, an F to M comes up to me, I'm just talking hypothetically, in the future, and that person doesn't like what I say and takes me down, beats the shit out of me. And that's fine, you think? Maybe? I'd say most of you people out there at the moment would think that's fine. You'd be like, perfect, Peace and Barty's been hit, he'll shut up now. Jesus, if I'm hit, I swear to God, I'll put on my dancing shoes and I'll dance rings around all of you. Because when I'm pressured and put in a corner, I do brilliant work. Brilliant work. So the more I get pushed into a corner, the more hot I get and ready to actually take more action than I've ever done before. So thanks very much for all the heat, people, and thanks for that message, by the way. Brilliant message. Thank you very much. Peace.